Welcome back. I am at the Great Plains Zoo with Stephanie Arney, and we are at the Hoop House.
Yes.
Talk about what that is.
This is pretty cool. This is that Dakota skipper butterfly conservation work that we've been talking about for years. Dakota skipper butterflies are a local butterfly species. They're an extremely important pollinator for the prairies. Like a lot of animals, you've heard this story before, they have this really large territory, and due to development and pesticides and fragmentation of land, species populations decrease. That's the same story for this butterfly species that we have here. So working with the Minnesota Zoo, which are partners of ours, along with the state and federal government, Fish and Wildlife, we are committed to helping increase the population of this pollinator species here in our backyard. So the Minnesota Zoo has been doing it for years successfully, but they're like, help us! And so we decided that we would support them by creating a hoop house, collecting females' eggs, providing them with the grass that they need in order to go from egg to caterpillar, be able to eat, and then once winter comes, they burrow down into prairie dropseed grasses and other native grasses, kind of hunker down, make a nice little warm cottage for the winter. Some would call it a form of hibernating. And then in the spring, they emerge as those caterpillars a little bit bigger, and they start eating. Then they go into the pupa stage and emerge as a butterfly. Then they come together, mate for, let's say, the first couple weeks of July, and then the whole process starts all over again. And believe it or not, after they turn into a butterfly, they live for like 3 more weeks and then die. So this is a year-round cycle that we are trying to uplift and support so that this population has exactly what it needs in order to continue future generations. So the more pollinators we have, the better for all of us to thrive, really. So we're all kind of in this together, but us here at the Great Plains Zoo and Butterfly House Aquarium are trying to help aid at least this one very critically endangered pollinating butterfly from here in eastern South Dakota to give them a very big helping hand.
Yeah. You talk about the wonderful collaboration. So this is fairly new in the last year or so.
Yes.
So talk about kind of where it's at and how people can kind of learn more about it.
Yeah, so you might have seen the Hoop House popping up last year, and then of course the Butterfly House and the Great Plains Zoo merged. Now we are one entity, and all of our staff are helping each other out in many different areas. So now you'll see the screen up, you'll see some prairie dropseed plants in there, which is what this particular butterfly species needs at all life cycles for survival. You'll see the Butterfly House staff over there. They'll be digging in the grass, looking for the eggs, the caterpillars, any pupa, depending on, again, what time of year we're at. Right now, we just discovered that we have 3 pupa in there, which tells us that we were successful in helping to support them during that life cycle throughout the entire year. And we are thrilled about that. Why does that matter? Because we've actually been practicing with the Dakota skipper's cousin, the tawny edge skipper, that's not endangered. We do trial and error, practice that whole process with them, and if we're successful, then we apply for a permit to work with the endangered species with our state and federal government to allow us to work with an endangered species, but with expertise behind us, right? So we just had 3 tawny edge skipper pupa that were seen by our staff this week, which tells us they're going to be emerging soon. We're going to be able to release them back out in the wild here in the prairies in eastern South Dakota. The females and males will come together, lay more eggs, and the whole process will start all over again.
Well, thank you so much for sharing all the fun information and awesome what you guys are doing here at the Great Plains Zoo. And we'll be right back after the break.